our theme for this year is to be bold. And there's a lot of different ways that we can be bold. And I know that we have many different personalities within the company, some that are super outgoing and willing to call anybody and talk to anybody, and some that are a little bit more reserved, who are a little hesitant to jump on the phone and call people. But we've all got to think outside the box this year and start doing the things now that we know are going to pay off in the years to come.
Welcome to episode 1 of the Mindset Matters podcast. The podcast is going to take a look at what leaders around our region are doing in business and on social media space and in their communities to try and connect with their potential clients. There might be some things that some folks are doing that you haven't tapped into yet. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to help to explore these things to hopefully bring value to your business and growth of your business. But I tell you what, I wanted to start episode 1 with our president, Joey Davidson. Joey's been in this industry 25 plus years. And if anybody has seen transitions and market fluctuations like we're having right now, it's been Joey. I say like we're having right now. We really haven't seen quite the market that we've had in the past, 24, 36 months. It has been a roller coaster ride. We have gone obviously from setting records to where we sit now of trying to figure out how can housing be so hard to find and yet rates still climbing. It's an interesting combination of climbing rates and low inventory, and how do we deal with that? And so just wanted to bring in Joey for a little conversation. I've cut it down. We had a long form conversation, and so I've got some highlights put together for you. And so let's go to those now and see what Joey has to say about 2022 and being bold with Acopia.
Well, I think mindset is everything, and we can convince ourselves that things are worse than they are. And if we get in that mindset, I don't know if you've ever been in a bad mood or something made you angry. And as a result, you get up and you drop your keys, and that makes you mad. And you pick up your keys and then you stump your toe, and that makes you mad. And you get in your car and you take off and somebody pulls out in front of you. And once you get into that mindset of negativity or of anger, you tend to find things. I'm not going to call it the law of attraction, but you tend to find things to support the belief that you have in your head.
Like this could only happen to me.
Yeah, things are bad right now. So I'm going to find everything that's bad to support that idea that I have in my head. And I think it's human nature that we do that. And the people on the other end of the spectrum who keep a positive outlook and see the glass as half full, it works that way also. And another silly example, we've all been through this before. You go buy the coolest car. And I told this story one time of me and my wife when we were younger in our marriage, I wouldn't say that we were financially secure, but we took a chance and went and bought a red Grand Am. And at the time, that was a cool car to us. And we thought we were the only person in America that owned a red Grand Am until we pulled out of the parking lot. And from then on, every other car was a red Grand Am. Well, they've been there all along. But because our mindset changed and we were focused on our new red Grand Am, then all of a sudden we saw all these things that weren't there before. So I do think that mindset matters, and that we can train our minds to think differently than maybe they inherently think.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us were raised maybe in an environment where we were conditioned to see negativity. And people have influence on us, friends, spouses, parents. And so maybe we're predispositioned, maybe we learn through our childhood or formative years to view things a certain way. And if that's in a negative way, then it takes a conscious effort to change our mindset so that we don't see things that way anymore. Well, we all like to get up and coast through a day and say, man, that was a great day. But if you really think about life and what we're trying to accomplish in life, we're all trying to get better every single day. I hope we're all trying to improve every single day. The only way we improve is through solving problems. And so it really takes a mindset shift to say, bring me the problems. I'm going to find a way to solve them. We have one person in our company. I'm not going to mention names on here because if I do, I could mention 50 of them for the same situation. I'm just not going to get into that. But we have one in our company who is excellent at this. Loan goes sideways. It's not a catastrophe. The world's not ending. He immediately comes up with a solution. And that's just the way his mind thinks. And I don't know if he trained his mind to think that way or if he's just a positive person. But I'm always encouraged when I'm on the phone with him, we're working through a solution. It just reminds me, you know what? Don't dread the phone call when somebody's calling to complain about something or somebody's calling because they have a major issue that needs to be solved. That's my opportunity. That's my opportunity to help, and that's my opportunity to grow. So I used the example this morning of firefighters. I mean, golly, what a admirable profession. And you think about what they do. There's a fire. They don't have the choice to run away from it. If you view a fire as our problems, they run to the problem and they solve the problem. And we have to think of things the same way. We don't put the toughest phone call of the day. Don't put that off until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Go ahead and attack that now. That should be your attitude. I'm going to attack that now because I'm a problem solver and I want to solve the biggest problem first. And it takes some training. It takes some, like we said before, changing your mindset a little bit. But once you embrace that, gosh, your days just go so much better and you feel fulfilled when you dealt with problems that day versus letting those identify whether you had a good day or a bad day. I think it's also important to cut yourself a break, cut yourself some slack. Our salespeople are so dynamic and so motivated, and they've done most of them have done this throughout their career. And when they reach a peak, a new record is just ingrained in them that I'm going to beat it. I'm going to beat it this year.
That's true.
And that's a great quality to have, just like an athlete. They always want to continue to surpass what they did the last time. And we have to understand that there are some things that are out of our control. In our industry, there's a lot of things that are out of our control. And I'm mainly speaking of what we're dealing with right now in the financial markets. It really puts a damper on our customer base. But I would encourage people to kind of reset their thoughts right now on what they believe is the benchmark for a successful year. If you're thinking you're going to beat 2020 and 2021, I mean, you're being pretty tough on yourself to say that's the mark of a successful year. So as a company, we're not benchmarking against 2020 and 2021. We realize that was the peak. And you can do less than that and still call it a successful year. Something else that I think it's important to note when you're talking about the daily disciplines, obviously those things, when you implement those, you don't get immediate results. So people tend to shy away from things that they don't get immediate results from. And the old saying, when's the best time to plant a tree? I think the answer is 20 years ago. And when's the next best time to plant a tree? And it's today. That's really your only choice. Because you know that you're going to get fruit from that soon in the future. So don't give up on the daily disciplines if you aren't seeing immediate results. Those things take time, and it's going to be time well spent, just as in exercising or anything else. A year from now, you're going to be glad you started doing them today. So now's the time. You should have a little bit more time on your hands right now to do some things as far as self-education, improving on your discipline, doing some things that maybe make you a little uncomfortable. Our theme for this year is to be bold. And there's a lot of different ways that we can be bold. And I know that we have many different personalities within the company, some that are super outgoing and willing to call anybody and talk to anybody, and some that are a little bit more reserved, who are a little hesitant to jump on the phone and call people. But we've all got to think outside the box this year and start doing the things now that we know are going to pay off in the years to come.
All right, Joey, I'm throwing this at you out of the blue here, but we're going to wrap this up with what I'm going to call a lightning round of questions for you, just to get to know you a little bit better. So let's do favorite movie. What's your favorite movie, you think?
Favorite movie is Roadhouse, same as every guy's favorite movie. So I assume every guy's favorite movie is Roadhouse.
Yeah, every guy would like to think they were Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, of course. You weigh 150 pounds and you beat up everybody that comes in the bar. So
your favorite type of music? And that can be right now, or that can be overall. Like if you were, let's do it this way. If you were going to your playlist right now, what would a lot of it be?
It would be a lot of it, and my wife would tell you a lot of it would be the Avett Brothers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So fortunately, they have like 600 songs, so she doesn't hear the same one over and over. But love the Avett Brothers.
What would they be? I mean, are they folk?
I think
are
they're
they
considered
indie?
folk.
Yeah,
probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah, love them.
I mainly just know they're big hits, but they're awesome. There's no doubt.
Yes.
Okay, how about favorite hobby? Like, what is your pastime that you love the most?
Gosh, it depends on the season. If it's the winter time, then I like doing my art, like painting, because it's cold outside. If the temperatures are good outside, then I like riding four-wheelers. I like fishing, hunting, anything outside. So
yeah. Now, do you paint portrait? Do you paint abstract? Whatever all that is. What do you paint?
Portraits is mainly what I like to do. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not good at abstract. It seems like abstract would be the easy thing to do, where you just put a bunch of paint on a. But I've tried to do it before, and I'm not that I'm great at the other either, but definitely good at abstract. So,
well, that'll do it. I appreciate you joining us, and we are going to continue this series because I think mindset's everything. Like you mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about. I'm going to bring on some folks and talk about technology, social media, maybe some outside the box things that people are doing, just, ways to keep you fresh and moving along on your year 2022 and beyond. So thanks so much for coming on here today.
I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate you allowing me to be on here, and I hope that it just gets better and better with each guest that you bring on. So
you set the bar hard. You set the bar high, however you say that.
Well, I appreciate it.
All righty, man. See you.
See you.
Well, I want to thank Joey for joining us today. Some words of wisdom that I hope will help you throughout this year. And I hope you'll keep following me in Mindset Matters as we get into some of the details and some of the easy steps that you can follow to add some things to your business that will give you, the buzzword social proof. People aren't sitting in front of you anymore at your desk. And so you've got to find a way to connect with them. And you've got to find a way for them to be able to learn more about who you are as a person. The way we do that is social media. The way we do that is getting out there and volunteering in our community. And the way we do that is finding things to do in our daily success plan that are consistent measures that we're taking to make sure that clients know who we are, what it is that we do, and that we actually care about our community. And that's what we're going to be all about at Mindset Matters. So join us for future episodes. I hope there's some nuggets you can latch on to and add to your business to find more success in 2022 and beyond. See you next time.